Hi, this is TJ Roletter, the Blue Jeans Millionaire. I'm going to give you the one solution or the one answer to any question that you have, business related or marketing related, okay? Now, I'm not trying to be overly dramatic, but what I am trying to do is keep this short and sweet. So we're going to try to keep it down to about 5 minutes. But this is the answer to every question that you have, at least from a marketing standpoint. And just bear with me. Well, as soon as I give you the answer, you're going to want to click off and watch something else. But hear what I have to say, okay? The answer, and to any question such as, what are we going to do? What's going to work the best? What's going to make us the most money? What should we be doing right now? You know, that's a question a lot of us have because we have so many different choices. So what should we be doing right this very minute? What's going to make us the most money? What's going to work the best for us? What is the very best strategy? We ask those questions endlessly. And with all the available choices we have today, I mean, the answer can get quite complicated. It's not as simple as it used to be when I first got started 30 years ago. I mean, we're talking about very complicated answers to all of these questions because the good news is there's a million things you can be doing. And of course, the bad news is there's a million things that you can be doing too. So the good news and the bad news are one and the same. What should you be doing? Well, the answer to everything, for those of you that are seasoned veteran marketers, you already know what I'm going to say. The answer is you've got to test it. Now, here's a mistake that so many entrepreneurs make, and even seasoned veterans, people that should know better, make this mistake too. I've got a good friend of mine. I will not name him because he'll be watching this video, hopefully. But he'll know who he is, and I don't want to call him out or embarrass him. But he is so excited about one of his new business ideas, and he sees the possibilities, and that's great. That's one of the reasons I love this guy so much because he's actually been involved in marketing a lot longer than I have, and he's taught me a lot of things. But he forgets that just because he loves something, and just because he's passionate about it, and because he can see it, the possibilities, he can just see this thing. Millions of dollars are just pouring in because it's a very timely idea, and he's got a great idea. He really does. The idea is great. But he doesn't know all of the problems that he's about to face on this thing. And he doesn't know, or he's forgetting something that he does know, which is, and if you're ever watching this video, you know who I'm talking to. He forgets that just because he is in love with this idea and because he is so passionate about this idea, that doesn't mean that anybody else is. And we all make that mistake. You know, the best thing about being an entrepreneur is our ability to fall in love with our ideas and the passion that we have when we fall in love with these ideas. But we forget that just because we're passionate about it, just because we're excited about it, that doesn't mean anybody else is. And so you have to test. Everything has to be tested. Everything does. You know, that's the answer to every question. I waited this long because I thought if I told you too soon, you were just going to click off, and I hope you don't. I'll keep this short now, a minute or less. The idea is that everything has to be tested, but you should test as inexpensively as you possibly can. Go out there with your best foot forward. Don't just do it half-heartedly. But try every idea that you have as inexpensively as you can, but also to the best of your ability. And put it out there, give it a test. You never know what's going to work. It does require you having the vision, like my friend in the story I'm telling you about. I mean, this is an idea, and I won't go into details. It would take way too long, but it's an idea where I can see that it could work too. Millions of dollars could easily come pouring in with this idea. But the odds against that happening are very few and far between. He is so convinced that this is going to work that we came up with a simple way to test this thing for well under $200. So for well under $200, we're going to actually test this idea, and I'm going to help him a little bit, and we're going to work together on this thing. And that's one of the most exciting things about being alive right now. With the internet and social media and some of these really cool things you can do online, you can test things so inexpensively now compared to when I first got started 30 years ago, where it cost so much money to test. So that is exciting. for under $200, or maybe throw in an extra 100 to do some additional marketing. But for under $300, we can test, and this is a joint venture I'm involved with him on. So, if it makes millions of dollars, I'm going to get half of the profits on this thing. So I'm excited about it too. I just realized that it probably isn't going to happen exactly like he thinks it is, but you never know. You got to take a shot. And so the idea for every question, like what's going to work the best, how